Scott, football throws up these weird little things, but last away win was against Harrogate, scored 5, and scored 5 tonight. Must be a nice feeling to get that. You talked about it Saturday, but get that away pretty quick.
Yeah, strange that, isn't it, that it was here as well, and 5 goals as well. So, no, listen, we played anxious tonight. I know we won the game 5-1. It might seem mad for me to say that. We played quite anxious, but we were really conscious of the fact that we wanted to put that away victory to bed really quickly. We tried our hardest to do that on Saturday. Wasn't to be, but we really focused on that at the hotel today. We had meetings about it. The players had their own meetings about it, and we really wanted to get that monkey off our back about the away form and the away kind of results not being there. I think it's been, if I'm right, 23 weeks since that, or over 23 weeks now. So the main objective for tonight was to win this game, which we obviously did. I think we looked anxious with the ball. We didn't play as our possession as I would have liked, and I feel as well also that the players have been amazing. They've took so much information on board about our out of possession, aggressive nature to press the opposition, that we then become quite erratic with the ball. So we've got to get that balance. Which I'm really pleased with how we pressed, how our shape looked out of possession. We're so good with that, but then we've got to become almost like calmness within the chaos with the ball a little bit, and try and make passes and try and play our dominant football. I'm asking a lot, I know, because we just won 5-1, but I felt it was a really good performance away from home against a tough side, but I want more. I want more in terms of how we look as a football team.
Certainly could see a fair bit already. I mean, it already seemed like there's 1 or 2 training ground free kicks being, manoeuvres and just higher press, and just it seems like they've taken a lot on board, and not just taking it, but they're showing it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think they're the things that we have worked on probably more so, is the out of possession stuff, because I felt that they didn't have a press, they didn't have a way of pressing. I thought they were really good with the ball. So I've actually not done that much work with the ball. I've done a lot of stuff without the ball and how we look on the press, and also I've got some really good staff with me who's come with me, who are excellent at organising set pieces. So yeah, we've worked really hard on them, and I think you can see the fruits of both of them aspects in the game. And as we go, and when we get more time on the training ground, bearing in mind I've only had 3 training sessions with them, and as we go and have more time on the training ground, you'll see probably more kind of in possession stuff that I want. There's moments tonight we were really good, but it became a little bit erratic, I felt, but probably was needed. We needed to win this game tonight, and it kind of didn't matter how we did it, and we scored some amazing goals as well. So the players' effort, again, they've run through the roof. Their stats will be through the roof again tonight, so I'm really pleased with the players.
And we talked about not having an out-and-out striker, but 5 different goal scorers. Maybe we don't need one.
Yeah, exactly right. Nah, listen, the goals are amazing, weren't they? Some really good goals. I think Tommy's done brilliant up there. He's really led the line fantastically well, hasn't he? He's a strong boy. He runs his socks off as well, and I think he's done magnificent. So yeah, listen, I'm pleased with the goals. I think the goals are really good, and like you say, we had 5 different goal scorers, so pleased with that as well.
And at 3-0, it's a healthy lead, but when you concede an own goal like that, still, I think 15-16 minutes, it could have been some nerves setting at that point, but they seem to control that. Yeah,
we said at half time, listen, we don't concede, we come out of here with all 3 points, obviously. So we were really big on not conceding, but they put a bit of pressure on us in that second half, and I'd like to see it back before I make comment on the goal, but disappointed to concede, obviously. But listen, we've gone up the other end and scored another 2, so finished the game off. I can't complain.
And a couple of goals, Joe White, Sonny Finch, obviously getting the first goals for the club, which it can't be bad either.
Yeah, so it's Joe White's birthday today, and I said to him, "You'll score on your birthday today," and he did. So I'm really pleased. He's very good, wasn't he? He was a very talented footballer. He's a bit of a maverick in many ways. He's got really good feet, good skills. He can take players on. He arrives in pockets. And he's got goals in him, obviously, tonight. I thought he had a good game. He's not played loads of football, so he was conscious of that. So I think it was around 64, 65 minutes when he come off the pitch, and he had a really good game tonight, so I'm really pleased with him. And then obviously Sonny come on, he looked really sharp, didn't he, in moments where he kind of ran them the other way and got in behind them, got into little pockets off the sides of them, and took his goal well as well. So no, really pleased.
Every side needs the odd maverick even, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Listen, I think it's important to have them players. It's important to have players who are different from the rest of the group, and I think Joe White certainly is that. I think he has got that little bit of ability where he can take players on, and he can manoeuvre the ball left to right, right to left. He's got good feet, good quick feet. He's got that flick flack in him that he does really well. And like I say, he's a maverick, and sometimes you need that in your team.
And of course, you've had the 2 away games, so you get a chance to start at Stadium MK now. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, looking forward to that. I think the biggest positive for me is, before starting, would I have taken 4 points from these 2 away games? I would have probably said yes to start with. I think they're 2 really tough fixtures. I would have liked all 6, but we'll take 4. But yeah, we're looking forward to Saturday's game being at home. We're usually, not that I've been involved, but kind of knowing from the outside looking in, MK Dons has usually been very good at home, and we want to continue that.
Not just first goals for Sonny and Joe, but also for Connor and Tommy as well. It's important to have everyone scoring, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we don't want to just rely on one person to put the ball in the net. I think it's always good when you have. We kind of mentioned that today at the hotel. We were talking about players who are capable of scoring goals for us, and I think we've got quite a few in the team, who are capable of doing that. I think, even Joe Tomlinson, he's somebody who I think scored maybe 7 goals last season, which is amazing from left wing back. And I think he's probably got more in him this season because we're asking him to play probably slightly higher up the pitch. So yeah, we got players who can put the ball in the net, which is obviously a plus. And I think looking at over the last 2 games, our XG has been through the roof, been outstanding. Our XG tonight again was really, really high. So yeah, we created a lot of goal scoring opportunities and obviously scored 5 good goals. So yeah, pleased.
And it would have been easy to sort of cruise in at the end of the first half, particularly after Joe's goal, but then you get another for Alex Gilby, and then again at the end of the game when you're thinking, well, it's 3-1, but then another couple at the very death.
Yeah, I think the objective in the second half was to try and rest with the ball a bit more and try and have all the ball, run the clock down with passes and just see the game through. But then it came a bit nervy when they went and scored their goal, and then they was on us a little bit, and it was a game where we couldn't get that control which I wanted. But yeah,
you expect that from a home side, though, don't you? Expect them to have some sort of
for
comeback.
Sure. But I also think that we played anxious because we were so desperate to win this game in terms of getting that away form sorted out. So we were so mindful of that, and I think that made us a little anxious, and we didn't play our football because of it. But I'll take that. And I also think as well, like I said previously, that we pressed so well in the game today. We're out of possession shape, and our aggressive nature to press the opposition was amazing. But then we found ourselves a bit erratic when we won the ball. We still had that kind of urgency about us, and I think we've got to find that calmness within the chaos when we do win it.
And what have you made of the side's fitness? It's 2, long distance games that they've played, certainly in terms of the run in quick succession. Yeah,
they're not where I want to be yet, I've got to be honest with you, and I'm not going to tell any lies or hide anything, but they're kind of a little way off where I want them to be. My teams are really high numbers in terms of running stats. Metres per minute per player is always through the roof, and it's nothing to do with any of the staff. It's just kind of the nature of how they played previously. There wasn't a high pressing team before, but they're going to be now, because that's what I want. I want us to win the ball high up the pitch. I want us to press really hard and fast and aggressively, which equally makes their numbers jump to bigger numbers, and they're not conditioned for that, and it's no one's fault. But as we go, that will kind of change, and the intensity of how we train will change, and eventually we'll see the fruits of that.